after you.
I'm just gonna let this run on auto while I'm grinding for on my phone with from FGO because of the Yamatai Koku event.
I heard that you frequently used your abilities during the investigation and almost lost control.
I was forced by circumstances.
I think we agreed that the premise of giving you this task was not to rely on violence to control your own mania. Pursue truth and justice with wisdom. Right? We agreed, didn't we?
Yes, of course I'll do it! I will do my best to complete the mission that you gave me. I remember. It's just that the enemies were too strong.
Here, open your mouth. It seems I'm pushing you too hard. Should we switch to a more suitable task?
No, Shalom! I made a mistake! I won't misuse my abilities again! Don't leave me! Have you finished your work? Where's Rahu? I remember she saved me last night from all those monsters. Is she alright?
Rahu said, I didn't even need to use my abilities to deal with those things. You see? She's already searching for the garden space near the scene of the incident. Your near-death experience provided vital information. We will treasure it. As for work, we need a bit more time. FAC will soon face an important battle. They need me to weigh in.
Oh, then I shouldn't bother you anymore.
Your task is also important. Tell me about your progress. I know you've made achievements.
The garden took on the commissions of vengeance, but why select these assignments? And the final combination should have a deeper meaning. Now it seems they so generously gave me clues to guide my investigation. The first two cases are related to FAC's defeat in NF-103. Without a doubt, that must be the reason. Does the garden think that what happened back then was unfair, and wants to attract attention through these cases, reveal the truth, and then make accusations?
They don't care about the public's opinion. After all, they are a group of people who want to keep vengeance firmly in their own hands. Rehashing the events of NF-103 can only mean it's useful now. The Eclipse operation was top secret. FAC made huge sacrifices for a greater cause, but this sacrifice was used and twisted by others. Information leaked. The public's criticism of FAC was constant. Other factions in East Side also took the opportunity to suppress. FAC lost its original status, and from then on was controlled by others. People's trust in the city-state fell to the bottom. Like you, it was this very event that led you to believe there was a vast conspiracy behind the Nirvana incident in NF-104, prompting such a drastic assault. FAC will soon have a major battle in the West District. A very important Black Ring control operation, using a lot of manpower and funds, will cause the power structure to change. The most critical thing for the FAC Commander-in-Chief is to return to Eastside and push through the operation plan. So, rehashing the old events at this time, what do you think it's for?
Could it be that they want to stir up trouble again, trip up FEC's rear, and obstruct this operation?
At least, this is absolutely beneficial for the Underground. The Garden was originally an assassin group established by the Underground forces. Although they declared independence a few years ago, looking at the Erica Villa incident, they are still connected.
Although her methods are outrageous, after actually meeting her, I don't think she's a complete lunatic. They are a group of people who have already given up on this world. They don't believe in justice anymore, but they won't admit defeat either. They want to seize everything with their own hands. They're a lot like me in the past.
That's not true. If I was killed one day, would you kill for me?
I won't let that happen!
But if it does happen, what will you do?
I would find out the truth. Capture the criminal, and prevent him from hurting anyone else. I won't let anyone end up like me. I don't want that. If I had to choose, I'd rather die than have you killed, Shalom. You're the most important person to me.
What if I committed crimes and evil deeds?
No way! You would never do such a thing!
Wrong answer. You should still seek the truth, capture the criminal, and prevent her from hurting anyone else. You're a detective, after all.
I know, but you wouldn't do that. Don't joke about that! It's too cruel.
All right. It's my fault for teasing you. I will always cherish your feelings.
It's me. We've searched a 10-kilometer radius around where Christina appeared, but we haven't found the entrance to the garden. I suspect they deliberately moved Chris.
They might have used some special technology. After all, they have the Underground backing them. According to Chris's investigation, there will soon be a response from the FAC. It's time to move.
I'll come pick you up.
I'll go first then. Contact me as soon as there's any progress with the case. Its nature has completely changed now, and I need you to provide more clues.
I will. I'm heading out too. Since it's related to the battle, we can't delay. There must be clues in the third and fourth lines of the poem, along with the events related to FAC and NF-103. At least I can issue a warning in advance and gather more information.
There's no need to rush. Someone came to see you.
Huh? Maria? Oh, right, Shalom. Maria is my sister. She's a very smart kid.
I know. She's a child from your foster family. You often mention her. You two must be very close. I'll leave you two alone. Take your time.
They said you were going to die and asked me to sign, but you're still alive. When you're ready to die for your justice, let me know in advance. Don't cause me any trouble. Don't say that. After I solve this case, can we sit down and talk? Is that the amazing person you mentioned? Yes, she's really special, kind, just, and strong. She's also very smart, and her answers are always right. Thanks to her, I've regained my energy. That woman never looked at me directly. In her eyes, I'm invisible. You better be careful, or you won't know how you died.
Time for a vacation?
Why are you here? Never mind. I can't stop you anyway.
Because the Charity Foundation has tampered with the compensation, many families received unfair treatment. They were either misled by Anania's report or threatened by Nathan. And the Charity Foundation has also put a lot of effort into suppressing FAC. But there are some discrepancies at the scene that I haven't quite cleared up.
What is that?
There was only one victim at the scene, but 12 different mania flowers are here, none of which match the victim. Each person can only bloom one kind of flower, indicating that there are at least 12 other victims. And the victim's body was solidified by the effect of Kokalik's ability, but his flowers were not here at the scene. That means at least one person's flower and 12 people who have bloomed have disappeared from this scene. The first two lines of the poem correspond to the location and time of the case and the victims. While the third line of the poem is right about the victim, there's a subtle mistake with the location, which is closer to the fourth line of the poem. Inspector, I suspect that the fourth crime scene has already appeared, but we haven't found it yet. The things missing here may all be in the fourth scene, or they can be retrieved from the place corresponding to the third line of the poem. Mr. Dole, can you find out the whereabouts of other core members of the Charity Foundation as soon as possible? Their financial flow... where do they usually spend their money? The victim this time is too special. I think we need to get the upper hand, otherwise...
Inspector, look at the TV!
We just received another anonymous document. There are words on the cover that say, "Want to know where tens of millions of compensation went? Ask what they did in NF 104. It seems the killer wants to tell us something. The missing compensation funds and the victim at the banquet. What's the connection between the two? Our reporters will continue to bring you updates. Breaking news! The latest crime scene has been found at the Sunset Club on Eastside 3rd Avenue, marking it the fourth case in the recent series of incidents. We're getting the latest updates. Live images are coming in from the scene. What kind of banquet is this? The flowers on the dining table. Oh, goodness, are these the devil's work?
Another 12 victims. A bouquet of flowers. This is... In autumn's prime, wine and meat gleam. Gold and silver set the festive scene. I did it.
Don't touch the pollutant. Keep up.
Gossip TV reporting. Why is the Public Security Bureau of Eastside still sealing off the scene? What secrets are they hiding?
Can you tell us what the FAC's compensation case has to do with this case? Were there any sinners involved in the case?
Why does this public security case involve the FAC? Is this within their jurisdiction? Is the killer seeking revenge because the FAC pocketed the funds?
Me! Interview me! This is definitely related to the FAC's recent agenda. They can't hide their truth forever.
Some say the FAC is not a shield protecting the city, but a dangerous organization secretly undermining its security. What's your comment on this?
No need to look. The scene is no longer useful.
What do you mean by no longer useful?
Yeah. Those announcements sent to the media were timely. Why didn't they send us one too?
Among all 13 elders of the Charity Foundation, why was only one of them moved to another scene? Why go to the trouble of arranging two symmetrical scenes? The reason for the retaliation against the Charity Foundation is clear. But even if she's doing this as a payback, this doesn't make sense. She could have just arranged this one extravagant scene. Why? Inspector, I have some ideas. I would like to head back to the third scene later. Before that, there's one more thing at the fourth scene I was hoping you could investigate.
But this scene has already been completely destroyed.
Isn't there still a clue? The one that even the most gossip-loving reporter didn't dare to touch?
The job is done. Shall we sort out the pay?
Go, go, go!
The mentor meticulously planned this. She even violated her own principles and forcibly created a fourth scene, just to cover this up. If the criminal has something to hide, we must uncover it. Eugene... Not only did she... She will be the breakthrough, but... What should I do?
Well done, Chris. Leave the rest to me.
Rest assured, we're safe now.
You
won't be able to run away if I find you.
Inspector, we demand an explanation! Is it true that Eugene is still alive? What are you trying to achieve by keeping this a secret? Could it be that there were never any assassins from the garden? This is all Eugene's own doing. When he heard someone was clearing up the scandal from back then, he faked his own death, didn't he?
Give us an explanation! The attention is getting higher! You can't hide this! We saw him in person at the sanatorium!
It's my mistake. I need to clean up this mess. Even if I'm driven out, I can't cause any more trouble for Mentor. Bastard! Bastard! I clearly stabbed him. I used my ability. I made sure. If that scumbag can live, why can't the people he killed? I'll kill you. I'll kill you over and over again. I'll kill you with my own hands.
You really did come. Has your confinement been lifted?
Why are you here?
I didn't expect it to be you either. We sure are fated. Shalom was right. A rookie assassin who is so stubborn that she would act without the permission of the mentor, and a junior who needs her mentor to clean up after her, would absolutely not tolerate failing a second time. You're too eager to put someone to death. That's why you fell for this trap.
I should have killed you back then.
Stop committing atrocities in the name of vengeance. Now, I am arresting you for the attempted murder of Eugene. Surrender and confess. This is your last chance.
I don't have much to contribute on the front line. I'll count on you guys.
I'm used to battles. I can certainly do it.
Execution time.
I can hear it.
Too noisy. Quiet. The body that the mentor bloomed would stop all normal physiological responses. But I think the real time of Eugene's death was August 9th. The night that the rookie from the garden saved me. She must have deeply hated Eugene, so she disregarded the garden's rules and personally sought revenge, even if it meant angering her mentor.
I should have killed you back then.
On her way back from revenge, did she feel lost for the first time? That's why she saved me, even though I'm clearly her enemy.
Don't overthink. At least you caught her. If she returned to the garden after getting her revenge, she would truly become an assassin. Only taking more lives, turning from confusion to numbness. It's good as it is now. At least she's fiercely hating you. You can't make everyone happy, or win everyone's approval. But you're doing what you think is right. Your first big case, you did a great job. Even exceeding expectations. You can take a good rest now.
Can you tell us what the FAC's compensation case has to do with this case? Were there any sinners involved in the case? Is it related to the FAC Commander-in-Chief's return? Why is the FAC involved in this security case? Is this within their jurisdiction? Is there something else going on about this operation plan?
Give us an explanation. More people are paying attention. You can't hide this.
We have nothing to hide. All of FAC's plans and intentions are to protect the city-state. And our operations won't be hindered by such minor issues. I've returned solely to advance the operation proposal. But since you're here for an interview, I'll take this opportunity to say a few words to the criminals. Stop targeting ordinary people. If your target is FAC, come at us directly. I'll see you on the battlefield.
Inspector, I'm inexperienced, careless, and I often mess things up. But sometimes, my terrible intuition is surprisingly accurate. My intuition tells me that the assassination from the poem is not over yet. Given that woman's flamboyant personality, it's impossible for her to end it quietly.
In autumn's prime, wine and meat gleam. Gold and silver set the festive scene. As years and nears, vast and wide, over dried up wells, I alone stride. As years and nears, vast and wide, over dried up wells, I alone stride. Since it's a grand blooming, I suppose it won't just end here, right, Mentor?
All personnel assemble! The Commander-in-Chief has been attacked! The Commander-in-Chief has been attacked! The criminal is a Garden assassin!
I did it. I will give everyone the motivation to keep going.
The criminal attacked the temporary command post, used a transport vehicle to kidnap the commander-in-chief, license number DS3864H. The vehicle just passed the Rust and is now heading towards east side. Judging from the life science monitoring, the commander is still alive. There is still time. The enemy getting such accurate information indicates that the underground has infiltrated FAC. The core rescue operation will be carried out by the Paradiso's Hush unit. The operation time is 2 hours and 13 minutes. Rescue the commander before the designated meeting time. Prevent the spread of panic. FAC's main force should not act. Do not disclose any information. Inform them that the commander will arrive on time. During this period, anyone who behaves abnormally, spreads panic, or investigates the commander's whereabouts may be a spy from the underground and will be closely tracked by the 9th Agency. The underground has sent an invitation for a skirmish. This is also our chance. The West District operation proposal will definitely be passed. We should clean ourselves up before the war begins and eliminate all moles.
Of course it's her. FAC Commander-in-Chief? I was right. She really is in cahoots with the underground scoundrels. Great. There's still time. I won't let you get your way this time.
Hello, I'm a unicorn. Fairy. Um,
Too noisy. Quiet.
Let the dance begin.
Contamination device. I should have known. Fortunately, the FAC armor still has some anti-mania devices. I need to get out before the hypercube storage runs out. I have no idea where this car is going, or how much time I've just wasted. I need to hurry. Is this a contamination bomb? Inside the car, a walkie-talkie?
Hello there, little detective.
Great!
Deep inside the fog.
All right. Stop banging on the door. This is the FAC's super armored car, not the safe you're used to smashing. And stop throwing a tantrum. Didn't you also use dirty tricks to kidnap my people?
Do whatever you want with me. Just let the commander go. This operation in the West is very important. If we can block BR-002, the West can be saved. So many innocent people won't have to be abandoned by the city-state. Now is not the time for you to throw a tantrum.
Sure. You know I don't care. Give me a contact. I want to call your favorite hush, sister. Oh, how convenient. She's calling you.
You took my phone?
Shush. Adults are talking. Children shouldn't interrupt. I'll mute you. Hello, Mentor.
Hello, Hush. I have your people, but you don't seem surprised at all.
After the first time you kidnapped her, Christina was implanted with a locator. I knew she was near the rust. Naturally, she was kidnapped by you again.
That's strange. I've had her kidnapped for several hours. Why are you only calling now? Taking a living person as my tracker. How shameless. The little girl must be heartbroken.
The Commander-in-Chief is there too, isn't he? We've already locked on to the vehicle's location. This time, it's not the Sheriff or the FAC chasing you. It's the Paradisos exclusive Hush unit. We can still talk now, Mentor.
Your Hush unit has been harassing me since June. Don't act so distant. And besides, I didn't pick up your call to take orders from you. Listen, Hush of Paradisos. This car contains your Commander-in-Chief, a dozen important negotiators, and the underground mania bomb you hate the most. It's heading towards Eastside. Right now, an underground puppet is driving the car. Sniping won't affect it. If anything causes the car to slow down during the journey, the bomb will immediately detonate. And the M value within a kilometer radius will exceed 2,000. The only way to defuse the bomb is to dismantle the detonator directly. It's on the old man. The old man is next to your puppy. As for whether she has the ability to do this, we both know the answer. It's 11:32 in the morning now. In less than half an hour, this car will reach the first densely populated area of Eastside. I'm not like you. I don't negotiate. This is what you asked for.
Understood. This is indeed a choice you would make. The operation in the West District is necessary. So is the Commander-in-Chief. The demands of Paradisos are clear, and I will eliminate the threat at the lowest cost.
Don't be so sure. All right, kiddo, don't sulk. So you're being overlooked. That's nothing new. Your dearest Shalom sent the Hush Squad, but they're not here to save you. Of course, they can't stop me either. I've told you how to play. Your detective game isn't over yet. Want to continue?
I will win. I won't let you have your way.
Good. Then show me your justice. Let's see how ridiculous it is.
used to battles. I can certainly do it.
Okay, I'll be the guy.
Execution time.
Hi, guys. Ash. I had that much.
I don't have much to contribute on the front line. I'll count on you guys. I don't have much to contribute on the front line. I'll count on you guys.
I can hear it. The prelude of the dance.
I'll relieve them of pain.
Let the dance begin.
Away from me.
Let the dance begin.
Time to die.
Too noisy. Quiet.
Okay, it's dismantled. Leak.
It's 11:56. Almost time.
I've already defused the bomb. You...
Oh, is that so? Well done. Do you want me to praise you?
Stop messing with me. That was the simplest of traps. Even an amateur like me could easily disarm it. You never intended to kill anyone with that. If you weren't aiming to kill the Commander-in-Chief, then who is your real target? And why are you doing this? What are you trying to tell us?
The Hush Squad has given up on forcibly attacking this vehicle. They can't do anything about me. They did leave a final ultimatum, though. They said that 1 minute before entering the danger zone, they would detonate the entire vehicle.
You bastard! Give me your phone. I'll tell them that the bomb has been defused, that it's safe now. All we need to do is stop the car. I can drive it until it runs out of fuel if necessary.
I already told them that.
Huh?
5 minutes before you disarmed the bomb, I knew you could do it. So I sent a message to the Hush. She hasn't responded to me yet. Do you think it's because she hasn't seen it? Or because she doesn't believe it?
What did you say?
Or is it because... Oh, isn't that your beacon of justice?
Shalom? I did it. I've already stopped her. Believe me. I beg you. Don't use it. Please.
By the way, that old man won't die so easily. Otherwise, the underground guy wouldn't have asked me to do this. But I can't say the same for the others in this vehicle. Including you. Goodbye, Envoy of Justice.
No. No. No.
Position.
No, ano?
Go.
Tagal ba? Oo, pero hindi pa ako nagpapareserve. Tayo magpareserve. Da, alam. Ewan ko. Ito kayo na tumawag. Ano eh, pa-reserve na. Habang wala pa akong gana. Magpa-reserve. Oo. Ewan ko sa inyo.
It's been so long since I last breathed fresh air.
Kanya, Giovanni. Nadadagdagan yung... Stream? Hindi. Rinig ako.
Glad to see you're all right, Commander.
did you use, Rebel?
Rest assured, to use that kind of power on you, I would need to apply for permission, which would certainly not be granted. Besides, your body is very robust. There's no need for me to intervene.
What about the others? And
the vehicle contained a large amount of level 5 mania pollutants. You could withstand the impact, but you definitely couldn't withstand the contamination. Direct purification from Paradisos is the most prudent solution, with the least cost.
with the least cost? Like what you did in the West District in March. PR-002. A second time. Was that also what you call the least cost?
Yes. The underground is in motion. Time is limited. And the mission I received was very clear. At all costs.
Understood. If this is the result of Paradiso's calculations, we can only trust it. Only you can do this. Killing an old man doesn't require such a grand scheme. It's a smokescreen. Just like the serial cases they were involved in previously. They're trying to divert our attention to make their next move. That woman has an entire assassination list. All the backbone of this operation. The backbone of FAC. She's already got a handle on some of their whereabouts. Not all. She's trying to pry my mouth open. Those scumbags know all too well. Killing just me won't be enough. FAC has plenty of warriors. If they want to halt the operation, they'll have to kill everyone. Dream on. Go back. Don't waste time on me. Round up all the spies and all the agents inside FAC who have turned against us. Their bold actions mean that our operation plan is already posing a real threat to them. Which means we absolutely have to push through. And FAC's meant to die on the battlefield against Mania, not at the hands of these scoundrels. We'll continue our fight. You go and make them pay.
Of course, the 9th Agency and Hush have already taken action. If the enemy can't kill you, their plans will be completely exposed.
There's an agent, a sinner, who locked up the front seats before the explosion, blocking 20% of the firepower. I hope she's okay. Is she one of yours?
She is my subordinate.
And you truly have no humanity.
Rahu, let me handle this.
Where's the commander? What about the others? I've already dismantled the device. I did it. There was no need.
Not everyone is as sincere as you. That woman has set up even more cruel traps. Such a risk cannot be ignored.
Then, can I go and check? I want to know whether I managed.
There's no need for that.
Tell me what the commander just said. ER-002. The March uprising in the West District. Were you involved? What do you mean by twice? What about BR-002 and NF-104? Is it related to this? Didn't you say you're still investigating? Shalom. What you've done, is it really justice?
Forget it.
No, wait. I just...
Basic first aid is enough. Contact MBCC to take her away. I don't need her anymore.
No, I just want to know. I'm sorry, Shalom. I just...
Rahu. The requests have been received, and I will fulfill them all, as I always have.
Oh dear, I failed the task and got made. What should I do next? Trouble is coming. Dear client, what are you going to do?
Don't go.
I wonder what surprises await me here.
Understood. Since the hush system has already been compromised, my presence is the best bait for the underground. Understood. I will hold out safely until the end of the battle and complete the handover. Plus, besides you, I also have Rahu protecting me. There won't be any problems. I think she's seriously creating her own user manual. That's exactly something Rahu would do. A tool that can actively provide a detailed instruction manual is more trustworthy, don't you think? She's very reliable and handy. After I leave, there will be many people who want her. So please help choose the most suitable position for her.
Oh, those who are lost. Get in line if you want to have your fortune read.
Okay, I'll be the guy.
I'm used to battles. I can certainly do it.
Mode switch, action.
Let the dance begin.
Time to die.
Away from me.
I will read your mind and everything else. I will see
Battle mode activated.
That trip was exhausting. My back hurts from sleeping. Garofano, I want to take a bath. With roses this time. I want the tea to be rose too, as well as the snacks. Oh, I forgot. She hasn't woken up yet. Fine, Sumire can do it. Are you in a better mood now? If so, can you give me a massage?
As you wish.
That feels much better. How's Garofano?
She's still deep asleep, but thanks to your help extracting the filth from her body, she is no longer producing any contamination. Some newbies are taking care of her. She should be waking up soon.
That's good then. Add another rule to the Garden's manual. Don't blindly listen to the employer's orders to use weird powers. Always rely on yourself. Or ask the mentor for help.
All right. I'll add it as rule number 73. As for Thistle...
She brought it upon herself. She repeatedly disobeyed my orders and acted on her own, and fell for such an obvious trap. If I hadn't taken precautions in advance, she might have leaked all kinds of information. I won't go save her again. Let her suffer the consequences of her actions. Okay. She's probably with the psychologist at the 9th Agency right now. I set a reverse psychology trap for her. They're going to be busy for a few days. It's safer for her to be locked up in the 9th Agency than to be running around the garden. That silver spider never saw eye to eye with Hush, and wouldn't hand her over. She'll probably end up in your bureau. That's quite suitable for her. She has completed her revenge. Before she figures out what she wants, she should just calm down for a bit. I didn't say I despise her. Newbies don't know the rules and break them. But she beats all of you in at least one aspect. She does everything for herself, and wouldn't sacrifice herself for others, or let herself be taken advantage of. From this perspective, she's the most like me. She makes me less worried about her than the rest of you.
As long as she's okay. Mentor, you have never acted in such a high-profile way before. You've attracted so much attention this time. Is that okay?
If you're afraid of being implicated, just hide well. I don't need your help anyway.
No. I've been prepared to meet my fate since the day I joined the Garden. And you are the strongest one there is. I don't believe that anyone can defeat you. It's just, you've always hated the conflict between the underground and Paradisos. You even chose this secluded place as a result. Is there a deeper reason for your involvement this time?
No, I was just feeling sluggish in spring and didn't want to move or bother with them. Now that summer is here, it's time for the flowers to bloom and for me to take action. Those guys from Hush have been annoying me for a long time. I can't stand flies buzzing around my garden. That's all there is to it. Why are you asking this? You usually don't care about these things. You've always wanted to leave the garden. This is the first time you've come back to the garden to find me. And those who come to the garden to find me have only one reason. How's your vengeance coming along? For your kind and gentle chief who ended up killed. Need my help? You left the MBCC for this, right? You wouldn't possibly let those who hurt him off the hook. Who did you go kill in West District? Rustfire? The executive committee? Who else? Those high-ranking execs from Nirvana? Can you find the chance to strike?
Yes. Thanks to you diverting their attention with your recent activity, I've had the opportunity to get close to them. To avoid interfering with your actions, I've been very discreet. No one will discover that this is the work of the Garden.
Well done. There's no news of this anywhere. You're truly my best student. So, has your anger subsided? You feel better? You've avenged so many wrongs and should feel happier by now. How about giving me a smile? Oh, I haven't seen you smile in a long time. Seeing you so bitter puts me in a bad mood, too.
I've eliminated many Rustfire thugs, executive officers, and Nirvana scum. I've killed so many enemies, yet I don't feel like I've completed my vengeance. There are simply too many of them to kill. There are too many bastards who are responsible for his pain. I can't kill them all. They don't even know what they've done. You once said that the joy from vengeance would liberate me from hatred. But this hatred is endless. It's blurring and wearing me down. I have no way of freeing myself. You've also been dealing with endless hatred. How do you cope? How do you stop your heart from becoming numb? Or is this just the price I have to pay for giving away my heart? Because after losing him, I can never find a replacement. Is that why you told us to only love ourselves forever? I don't know what to do. I need your guidance.
You're living well and suddenly someone stabs you, but you can't find the culprit. You can only fumble blindly in the dark. This is not vengeance. You're just being driven by pain. Fate has hurt you. You need to first find out who's the bastard that did it, then figure out how to deal with him. If you can't find the culprit, just let it go for now. Maybe in a couple of days, he'll come to you head-on. As for how to punish bad fate, there are other ways aside from an eye for an eye.
mean...
If that idiot is still alive, find him and take him back. There's nothing wrong with liking someone. Instead of giving your heart away, why don't you get him to give his heart to you and hold on to it tightly? I would like to go find him if I had the chance. I want to see how that silly boy is doing. But... listen up. This is the last time I'm teaching you. I won't say it again. You are all flowers that I've picked. You all more or less have some of my qualities to have been able to join my garden. The more beautiful the flower, the more bugs it attracts. And you all know how much these self-righteous bugs love to trample on flowers. Flowers are indeed fragile. The more beautiful they are, the likelier they are to bend and wither with a slight blow. Just like how pitiful all of you were when you first came to me. But it's okay. Let them come. You might appear weak, but you're stronger than you think. If you're crushed, you'll bloom again next year. If you're burned, you'll sprout new buds from the ashes. Fate can break you, but it can never destroy you. As long as you keep your roots firmly in the ground. Don't drift with the current. Don't let fate push you around. Don't let external things lead you astray. Your lives are your own. Don't listen to anyone but me.
I will. But, Mentor, what did you mean just now? Why did you say it's the last time? You've been fighting alone for the past 2 months. Everyone is very worried about you. Do you have any other arrangements? Please tell me. Your health.
Ugh, I can't stand it. I feel bad all over. Call everyone over for a massage. Consider it my birthday celebration in advance. Wishing for beauty, joy, and wishes coming true today and every day. Think about how to make your mentor happy. Today's task is to give me the best day ever.
Cleanup completed.
It's been so long since I last breathed fresh air.
Of course. It's already underway. It'll be very soon.
I'm used to battles. I can certainly do it.
Are you sure you want to leave this to me?
Execution time.
Okay, I'll be the guy.
I'll relieve them of pain.
Let the dance begin. Let the dance begin.
Away from me!
I finally lost them. The Hush units from Paradisos. From the West District to East Side. They've been hindering us. As if they've got us figured out. The one pulling the strings is that sinner. Shalom. I'm in deep trouble now. While we're cautiously mining power little by little from external sources, Paradisos has already penetrated deep into the heart of Mania. reaching at least the 8th level of collective observation. No, they can't possibly harness such profound power yet. If they could, the game would already be over. We'd have no chance of winning. Right now, they're just observing and communicating. They were able to make such precise manipulations in March because they've noticed fluctuations in the collective will within the world of Mania. As for 10 years ago, the mission across the Deceive was also directly overseen by Paradisos. But even observation has its limits. No matter the technique used, an observer is bound to be corroded over time. This means Paradisos must have backup observers on hand. If they've really advanced their technology to this extent. At all costs, they must be stopped, must be eradicated. Hush X, Shalom. Otherwise, BR002 will...
Oh my, Seagull, is that you? A long time no see. You look like you've been through the ringer. Don't die. My garden still relies on your little tricks to stay hidden.
The power isn't mine. It's from the underground. And now, it's yours alone. I honored your terms and paid you up front. But as it stands, you failed to fulfill your end of the bargain. Worse yet, you've compromised us all.
Is that so? Well, I am truly sorry. It was you who tricked Garofano, wasn't it? Fed her deadly misinformation, along with those vile runes. You seek my aid, instead of turning to your fellow beings from the underground. Clearly, you've been cast aside. You've always been our sole point of contact. With your departure, the Garden stands to lose a significant client. Oh, a regrettable loss indeed. Thank you for your final patronage. From now on, my garden will have no further ties with the underground.
You didn't have to betray me. Given your skills, defying the underground would hardly put you in harm's way. But it doesn't matter now. My mission is fulfilled. I know why you did this. I know the sacrifices you made for this newfound power. I know why you betrayed me.
Of course, because I wanted to. Next...
It's fine. Go. I know you'll help me.
We survived. Thank...
A good weapon is a battle-seasoned weapon, no?
Is that so? That's wonderful news. You're too kind. You are the true heroes, spilling blood and sweat on the front lines to face the enemy. My role, as assigned by Paradisos, is to support you in every way possible. Well, the core base is now secure, and the entire defense grid has been successfully activated. It's time to focus on the front lines. There's limited scope for intel operations now. Going forward, the underground forces will spring into action. That's where the real struggle begins. I have other crucial tasks to attend to as well. Good luck out there, heroes of Dis. Certainly. Your assessment is spot on. Locating him is our foremost priority at this moment. Either we capitalize on this moment to fully reform him into someone trustworthy, or we eradicate this latent threat altogether. Paradisos must locate him before the underground becomes aware. Neither FAC, MBCC, the Ninth Agency, nor even Hush can directly intervene. The objective would be far too transparent, and the underground would inevitably detect it. They should remain focused on the front lines. The August offensive serves as our optimal subterfuge. As for the remainder, entrust it to me. I know precisely whom to engage for the task. Plans have already been formulated for his retrieval. Consider this my ultimate, flawlessly executed mission.
Oh, has the grand operation come to a successful close?
Welcome, Mentor. We've located the Undergrounder, adorned with unsettling blooms. Your handiwork, I presume?
Don't mention it. You all owe me more thanks than you could imagine. If it weren't for my gentle nudge, that FAC Commander-in-Chief and those junior commanders wouldn't have even made it to the battlefield. So, shouldn't the highest honor for this West District defense operation go to me?
Absolutely. You're nothing short of remarkable. Taking on the Underground's most crucial assignment, you've plunged headlong into the fiercest zones of conflict for both sides. After stirring the pot, you subtly redirected the chaos back towards your own client. Ultimately, you've broken the chains that have been choking you for so long. It's a delicate balancing act, but you've managed it well. No wonder you've been able to move so freely between Paradisos and the Underground for years. Seeing as you've severed all ties with the Underground, would you consider aligning with me?
Really? Is it possible? Would you forgive me? Accept us? I can't go on pretending any longer. It's this pathetic guard again. You had some spirit last time I saw you. What happened? Did my blade snuff out that spirit, turning you into her lapdog? I still remember vividly what happened to her last lapdog. So, what's the deal with that airhead? Dead? Or just cried her eyes out? And people still buy into your nonsense after seeing that? What, did you brainwash them or something?
You sure live without a care, settling scores as if it's nothing. Most people wouldn't dare. They'd fear accumulating enemies, endangering those they care about. The steep price of revenge. What's your take? Does it not bother you? And what about your garden?
You're talking about the unending chain of hatred, aren't you? When will this cycle of vengeance ever break? Is your point to value those who stand before us now? I am the master of the garden, the head of assassin group. People seeking vengeance flock to me in droves, just as countless others beseech me to exact revenge on their behalf. And you're talking to me about hatred? Would you spare me your harassment because I am just and kind? No. The only reason you'd hesitate is the knowledge that crossing my path means certain death. This world has never been kind to us just because I tread carefully and abide by the rules. The only things that grant us the freedom to truly live are raw power and the principle of an eye for an eye. Shall I teach you this lesson up close and personal?
My apologies. With your strength, you've certainly earned the right to act as you wish. Both Paradisos and the Underground fear your might and madness, dreading the day you'll come to collect their dues. As long as you're alive, neither your garden nor your blooms need to worry about being trampled. If I were you, I'd be more at ease, more reassured, just as you used to be. You've always struck a fine balance between the two. If so, why this sudden impatience? Both sides are on the brink of war, and yet You've not only chosen not to sidestep the conflict, you've thrown yourself into it. You accepted a contract from the underground to challenge the Paradisos, and now you're turning their own blade back on them. It's as if you're determined to sever every tie that binds your garden, come what may. Your extraordinary strength has been traded for your life, hasn't it? Just how many days do you have left, Mentor?
Oh my. Ash is.
Are you wishing for my death? How uncouth. I'll have you know, my days are numbered higher than yours.
Just a question. Is it that I hit the nail on the head?
Oh. Kellic lost this one. No way she won.
I'm used to battles. I can certainly do it.
Execution time. Okay, fine. I'll go. I'll go.
I can hear. Let the dance begin.
Good show's about to start. Good show's about to start.
Let the dance begin.
I remember Seagal. That's your reward for taking on this mission, right? Once the mission's complete, she'll show you how to perfectly conceal the garden.
Feel free to guess. But even if you guessed it, you're incapable of deciphering the arcane arts of the underground. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been groping in the dark for years, failing to even locate the entrance. Losers.
You're right. Paradisos doesn't have the same mastery over mania as the underground, making it impossible for them to locate the garden. Besides, your blooms have all become experts at concealment. Within the finite life you have, you've gone to great lengths to pave their path. Mentor, you possess a finesse and a softer side that's even greater than you realize. truly commendable.
You make me sick. I only act in my own interest. I accepted this garden because they're good at serving me. It pleases me.
You're right. They do love you very much. Even more profoundly than you realize. In Erica Villa, merely mentioning you makes Garofano barge in without a second thought. Out of all the misinformation we provided, she's most intrigued by the technology that enables control over mania to help extend lifespan. Your flowers must be growing increasingly anxious. Did you fill them in on the details of this mission? When was the last time you went back and saw them? It's been long enough that the mere trickle of information I released about you sent eager young fools rushing to investigate.
Are these...
You know, they want to protect you just as much. I have my regrets, but you've accumulated too many enemies on this path. Once the order reached me, there was no turning back. You can't shield them alone, not forever. Some things are simply fated.
See?
I won't let you down.
It's not a big deal. I'll prove it to you. MBCC has agreed no matter what, they will not detain you until you've recovered from your injuries. In the meantime, the investigation team will prepare explanatory materials for you to prove your stability. Your uncle at FAC is also making connections everywhere. I don't know who exactly gave this order, but it's okay. We all know you're a good kid. You... I got work to do, so I'll get going. Eat something. Take care of yourself first.
Inspector.
What's up? Do you need something?
Does justice really exist?
I'll end the stream after this part. I realize I want to play. I want to play World
Don't
now.
give up, Chris. You've
I
always been
still have
advocating justice
to
for
play
others.
that.
Now when it's your turn to
I'll
need
do
it,
it
we'll
off
give
stream.
it back to you.
Next time I stream, I mean, because I'm already done. Alice, probably, and just scoring the guiding one. Or next time I stream on Monster Hunter game, it's gonna be Monster Hunter.
Does it exist?
Yes.
Are you Christina's sister, Maria? Your sister, as a sinner, has fallen below the safety and obedience thresholds and has been rated as A-class. Immediate detainment is necessary. Move aside. We need to conduct a thorough search.
Don't bother. She and I aren't biological sisters and don't get along. She wouldn't come here. Here. These are a few of the idiots she's helped. If anyone is going to harbor her, it will be one of these people.
You've done well in exposing the dangerous sinner. You surely are an advocate for justice, citizen. Well done.
Go catch her already. Don't let that sinner escape. It's raining her most hated blue rain outside. She wouldn't dare to stay out there. Hurry up.
Christina's being hunted. Shalom and Rahul. Well, there is also a fact that he can't be with Shalom, as he thinks of Shalom as pure. very much different from what Shalom read.
What the hell are you doing here? Maria? How did you... They've already found our home. That list won't stall them for long. I don't know if they're coming or if they've tracked me. What are you going to do next? How do you plan to escape from the hunt? Escape? No. There's more to this. I need to investigate. I need to find the truth. What happened? Is it that woman again? I told you she's definitely trouble, but you keep fooling yourself. You've been on the run with her for so long, you should have seen it clearly by now. Is facing the truth that hard for you, detective? Forget it. Given the situation, you must have your own plans. Anyway, I can't stop you. Here's your stuff. You are in the police academy. Cracked cases. All of this wasn't taught to you hand in hand by her. Without her, you're still a detective. Don't act like a waste. Think about how you were when you first came to my house. You've managed to walk out from there. Now pull yourself together.
Wrong answer. You should still seek the truth, capture the criminal, and prevent her from hurting anyone else. You're a detective, after all.
I'm off then. Thank you for coming for me.
Eyes of a broken and
Intrusion warning. Intrusion warning. Zone E2 has been breached. Detainees have escaped. Intrusion warning.
E2. That's not my area. Right. She couldn't possibly still.
Found you.
Huh? You! Let me go! What are you trying to do?
Take me to the garden, now.
Go to hell. How could I do that at...
In the past 5 days, news of Kokalik's impending death has been all over the place. Don't be so scared. It's probably a lie to trick you. Haven't you been fooled like this before? I just saw those hush squads leaving fully armed. If you know the way, hurry up and take shortcuts back. If you don't act now, your home will be gone.
Smash the wall!
What kind of power is this? Where am I?
Quick! Return to the garden! This is the last base. Registered members of the garden can open the entrance, but it takes a long time to close once it's open, like what just happened. Thank goodness there are a bunch of idiots. If they had thrown a locator in here, I would have...
Is this the garden's power?
No. The mentor said it's a reward. The reward for the last commission. She's finally going to have a garden that won't be disturbed by anyone.
In other words, a shelter given to them by the underground. Was that spatial technology just now? Come on, Chris. This is the primary crime scene. You have to investigate the truth. You must prove it yourself.
Okay, for now, that's it for this stream. I'm gonna play differently. This event's still gonna run long. Doesn't really matter.
You're late, rookie.
I'll just get...
Is this in order?
some...
Okay.
Chief.
Chief. MBCC. Is that right? Oh. Oh, are you here to see me, Chief? Feel free to take the time to look at the new supplies, too.
Chief.
Is this Cabernet or Coquelin? Ones I'm in. Basically. Yeah, that's it for this stream. I'll continue I'll stream again next time. Don't know when, but unless I die, dark, I'll stream again. Anyway, that's it for this stream. Bye bye.